for at least another hour or so, my beard. This is Corey, and this is the The Anthem Podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 161 of the The Anthem Podcast. It is 6:16 Pacific, which makes it 9:16 Eastern, and we are live coast to coast. This is the The Anthem Podcast, coming to you from beautiful downtown Los Angeles, California, in the hashtag OTALA studios, the brand new OTALA studios. Because if you notice, what you see today is not what you've ever seen before. If you're watching on YouTube.
This is a live stream of Trinco de Mayo, which is annually our most shit-wrecked episode.
Yes, and the most sought after, I think. I think more people watch this episode than watch any other episode that we do. So,
probably. Let's set up the ground rules and the story.
Before we even get into that. So, this is the new setup for The Anthem. And I want to get into...
For now. For now. We had bigger hopes for this, but technology led us astray.
We're hoping to come to you live every single week so that you can join us and be a part of the podcast. Just so that you know, you can comment on Facebook if you're watching us on Facebook Live. We do have the screens open so you can comment and follow along with us. You can text us.
For instance, Flash, no ref because y'all are the refs.
That's why we're here.
If you see us say something... That's why I put the words up.
There you go. So you have the words in the very first comment, and you can ref us from home. Second of all, that we're going to be doing live shows every single week, so make sure you tune in for that. And hopefully things are going to go smoother with the technology in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And we are going to have a whole new setup in those weeks progress. So that's thing number one. Thing number two was I felt like there was something else we wanted to talk about before we even got into that, because I want to make you sad at the end of the episode after you're drunk. But forgetting about it. All right, so before we get into the words, before you have to buzz us, before anything like that, we always tell the story of why we do this every single year.
Yeah. So essentially what had happened was we were at Hofstra University, where we both went to college. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to we both got out of class early, I think, that day. We were both done at like 3 or something.
Very early, yeah.
And there was a big Cinco de Mayo party that was going to be happening at, I imagine, McKeeb's.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, it was Dizzy's. It was
Dizzy's?
It was the Mexican theme bar, which was the whitest Mexican bar you've ever been in.
So we said, hey, why don't we play some Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 on the Nintendo GameCube? And one thing...
What year was this? 2004, probably?
2000, yeah.
All of these things were appropriate for the year in which it was. Yeah.
2004-ish, and we decided, for whatever reason, that we would take a shot of tequila for every single lap one in the race. Right. And it quickly became...
bad.
Not acceptable.
Yeah.
We got sloppy drunk.
You learn
and
why
never made it out to the bar that we planned to go to.
You learn why you shouldn't drink and drive, because we couldn't drink and drive cars on a video game, let alone drive a real car. Not that that's a lesson that you really needed to learn, because everyone should probably know.
Nobody drink and drive, please.
Right. So we never made it out to the party. We got wrecked, and probably at 9 or so, like a few hours later, just went and passed out, and that was the end of the night.
Right.
It was a very short night, and we never got out to do the fun thing that we had planned to do.
So we celebrate that every year by drinking way too much in the middle of the afternoon and not doing whatever fun thing we were supposed to do tonight.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That's what we're gonna do. But
Rachel's gonna come home and see me passed out drunk, like just in the bed, like all cattywampus.
But I will say that for those of you who are tuning in for this very first episode, welcome. We do not do this every single week. We said from the very beginning we didn't want to be one of those podcasts that just like drinks beer and sits around and bullshits. Like, we have things that we talk about. We like to talk about the issues of the day. We like to talk about what's happening in the world. But this one time a year, we do this kind of episode. And it's a great opportunity for us to share this episode, which has turned out to be a fan favorite with the entire world via Facebook Live. So here we are.
All right. Our words. These are the last times you'll hear us say them. If you do, then let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will be self-policing ourselves.
Yeah.
The words, the standby words for one, is drink, drank, and drunk.
Yes.
So if Rob says, you need to take a drink, then he would then need to take a drink as well because he said one of the drink, drunk words. In addition, we're doing Donald Trump, we're doing healthcare, and we're doing Nazis.
Which is the topics that we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
So it will be difficult for us to talk about healthcare without being able to use the word healthcare.
And if we say any of the words, the air horn goes, and we take a drink. And with that, our first of the day.
Oh, yeah.
It's officially on.
Yay, here we go.
Drink it at Maya 4. This shot's only been out here for an hour now.
2 hours. Yay. Oh. It smells like bad decisions.
Oh, God.
It smells like bad decisions.
Oh, man. Always forget until after the first shot how much I don't like this episode.
I know. Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, good God. All right, so topic 1.
On that.
Yeah.
All right, what are we talking about first?
What we're talking about first is how the Republicans decided to basically light their ship on fire as it sinks into the sea.
A very Viking funeral of them.
Yeah.
And it was very appropriate. I'm crying. I am crying right now. This is inappropriate. This is not a good situation to be in. But, so, the Republicans have brought back the zombie that is Trump Care. And this is, I think, the third incarnation. No.
I'd love to get a ruling.
There is no word. I was very careful. So the zombie, it's 2 of the words thrown together, but it is neither of those words.
I think the first part of that word.
All right, we're going to need a ruling from the judges. So for those of you who are watching, you know the words.
Oh.
We see it coming in, but they'll give us a ruling because there's a little bit of a delay between us and you guys. So just let us know what you
Flash,
think.
just give me a straight up or down. I'm counting on you to be the
she can be
decider
the rec
here.
from 3,000 miles away. But so they resurrected the zombie for the 3rd time, I do believe, and it went much better this time than it had ever gone before.
Well, I mean, in so much as like there wasn't like a scurried hope that it wasn't going to all come tumbling down.
The judgment has been made.
The judgment has been made.
Yes. So I got to figure out how to manage this, not knock over a mic. We were also hoping to be free of these mics at this point, but we will next week. Tune in next week, and we will be. Oh God, that's a big one.
Everything will get better in time.
Yes. So first attempt, and you can see our wonderful tequila, which I've already spilled on.
Our non-branded tequila.
Yay. Oh, bottoms up.
Salud. It's 2 for Rub.
It's horrible.
Yeah, so this time at the very least, there was no fighting. There was no big spectacle about it.
Well, it's because they rushed it in.
Yeah, nobody went home and got an earful from their constituents before.
Because they rushed it and they got it finished.
Yeah, they didn't even have a CBO score for this thing, which is just preposterous considering how much they spent talking about how they weren't going to vote on any bill unless they knew the exact impact of it back when it was Obama's. And
I do love that the thing that we heard all along back in 2010 was they didn't even read the bill. Bill. And then coming out of the session where they voted, they were asking the congressman, like, oh, hey, so what detail of the bill just really put it over for you? And come to find out, none of them actually read it. None of them know what it says.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. It is absolutely frustrating when you... Well, I think we talked about on previous episodes about how we were convinced that they just did not have a plan.
Yeah.
It's easy to go forward and be like, your plan sucks. This is the worst. Now you're in control. Give me a plan. Well, okay, well, hang on. Bill, you had said something about this before.
The part of the making of the plan is that I don't think they were ever that sure what they wanted out of a plan. Like
they didn't want it to be Obama.
Yeah, they just didn't want what currently is the law to be the law anymore.
Yeah.
And I thoroughly, if the Republicans had gone through this entire process and had stuck to the talking point that works, which is this healthcare bill is not going to, God damn it, is not going to
I expect that
survive.
there should be a buzzer as well. So yeah.
Hold on. Multitasking.
is the worst episode of the year. Like I know that people would think that we would enjoy this episode, but we don't. No. We were literally outside before we started this. Like, this is the worst.
You guys don't see the painful aftermath.
We are too old to be doing this. That's really what it comes down to. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that's going to happen, and we'll just do that. But so you were saying
it can't survive on its own.
Right.
That has been a point that has been brought up from the beginning that continues to be out there. There's no way that this plan can continue on the way it has and still be affordable and still cover everybody and still be fiscally minded enough for a country that already has an absolute ton of debt.
Right. And we are.
And if you just say that, if you just, I mean, I feel like they can't, for whatever reason, they don't want to seem more heartless than they already are. But if you just come out and say, like, listen, we can't afford this thing. Like, what do you know, like we bought a Lambo and we can't afford it. Do you want to sell it and try and get some money back, or do you want to?
See, now, and here's the problem, and I don't want to jump into our debate because we are going to discuss our personal opinions on this issue in a debate style, which, again, I know that so many people love. But in the end, though, we can afford it. It is something that we can afford. We spend $560 billion. I'm sorry, no, $603 billion. No, I'm sorry, $740 billion a year on defense. For what? Because we have so many enemies out there in the world. Because the world is so dangerous that we need to have it? No, of course not. It's ridiculous. We have more, and this is the argument I make all the time. We have more arms and men at arms than we would ever possibly need, but we continue to pay for it.
Yeah.
And in the end, people are dying here, bridges are collapsing here, everything is happening here, and we're just ignoring it. And if you watch anything from history, this is how great civilizations die. It's when you are worried about the threats from outside and you don't take care of your people inside.
But I mean, this bill, as a continuation of the military industrialized complex, is all about feeding the people who feed the system.
Right.
People, they want to give a tax break to the top 2%, which is essentially what's happening with the plan that had been released.
And I will say this so many times. Trickle-down economics do not work. Supply-side economics do not work. We continue to try it, and it continues to just make people richer.
I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I'm just saying that this is what the plan basically entails.
Okay. So, but
giving a tax break to the people who were being taxed to fund the original plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's essentially, they literally could not be any more of a repeal and replace.
Yeah.
We are taking away the money that you were getting for this, and then we're going to create a new plan, and it's going to do nothing
eventually
that the original plan does.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, it does. It creates a plan. It's just it's going to take away everything. No one's going to live under this plan. There is going to be no insurance under this plan.
Right.
But, so, nonetheless, the Congress went forward with the AHCA. What's the bill stand for?
Oh, God. American has care amnesia.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I just thought I was going to be able to get it. But yeah, no, it's so they passed it, and probably the worst part of this entire story is that they then go and have a party at the White House.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into the other side. Let's stick with the Republicans at this point. They leave the vote that they won by the narrowest of margins.
Right.
They needed 217. They got 217. Two congressmen.
Technically, I think they won by 2.
They did win by 2, but that's because one of the Democratic congressmen could not make it to the vote. So they thought that they needed 217.
Okay.
And they got 217.
Gotcha,
and it turns out that was more than they actually needed. But 217 was the winning number. So, but one of the Republican congressmen went home to have surgery. Actually, 2 of the Republican congressmen. One went home to have surgery for himself. One other one went to check on a member of his family who was having surgery. Mm-hmm. All of whom are covered by socialized medicine that they get from their government healthcare plan. Damn it! Yes. I'm going to take it. I'm going to finish my point, but I will take it after I'm done. But the irony that they would first of all fly home on the government dime,
Yeah.
go see their family member
Mm-hmm.
who is being taken care of for free,
Yeah.
and then fly home and vote to take away health care from everyone else is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's immoral.
It should be, but I guess they don't find it that way. So,
Well, I mean, it is. It's just, everyone has a different level. You all right there? You having trouble?
I'm not excited about this.
It was a bad choice.
Bad choice.
By the way, I should just put this out there ahead of time before we go any further in this ridiculous exercise. But please do not do this at home.
No. This is not advisable.
I nearly died.
The first year?
Yeah, the first year I nearly died. So nobody do this because it could get out of hand, and this is for entertainment purposes only, blah, blah, blah. Don't sue us.
Don't do what we are doing. Don't do it along with us. You have no idea what we're doing. That we are trained professionals. We are of age to be able to be doing the things that we're doing. So
We are
just
beyond
don't do it.
the of age point.
Yeah, we're way too old to be doing this. But so the Republicans are heartless, and we knew that they were heartless. They did something heartless. The one thing that I think that they did to try and save themselves is they passed the amendment that removed Congress from being accepted.
Right.
Exempted?
Yeah.
That's it. Exempted from the bill. But what people don't understand is like that looks great now, but in the consolidation. God damn it! When the Senate bill and the House bill come together, consolidation, whatever it is, they will end up putting it back in.
Yeah.
And then they'll vote on a new bill, and it will have it in there again, and we'll all have forgotten that that was a big deal that they exempted themselves and
Right.
they took it away. So none of this will matter. It'll also turn out that the Senate bill is going to be nothing like the House bill. And
They
it'll be
can't
totally
pass
different.
it in the Senate.
No,
There's no way.
No way that they can do it. So, but the thing that I really want to point out is not what the Republicans did, because essentially this is a Republican. I know how to expect what a Republican's going to do. He's going to be heartless. He doesn't care about poor people. He doesn't care about people who are struggling. He doesn't care about anybody, really.
I hope y'all die.
Yeah, but it's the Democrats who essentially celebrated the death of all of these people.
This is the part that really sickened me.
Yeah.
I was watching the vote live, and as soon as it was finally adjourned and the vote was final and it was 217 on the board and, scoreboard, you win, I just hear from the floor like, na, 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 hey, goodbye. And I'm like, God, these Republicans are so fucking heartless. They're singing that 24 million people just lost coverage.
Well, thinking they're saying goodbye to Obamacare.
Yeah.
They're saying goodbye to Obamacare.
Right.
Hey.
And I'm like, God, that's so fucking heartless and petty of these people. They should just walk away. And turns out it was the Democrats.
Yeah.
Singing it to everybody who's about to lose their job and get a very high paying, what's the thing called?
Where you were like a consultant or
Yeah.
a lobbyist.
Lobbyist. That was
Yeah.
the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, so
Everyone's going to lose their $100,000 job in Congress and get a $250,000 job as a lobbyist. So, yeah.
let's talk about what else.
No, hi, hey, goodbye.
Well, let's talk about what else is not going to get passed. There's not going to be any limitations to stop members of Congress from going out and lobbying. There's not going to be any limitations on how much money they can make doing that. There's not going to be any limitations on the money that we're spending in politics. None of these things are going to get passed.
No.
And it doesn't matter. What my plan is we should just boot all of them out. If you are willing to say, in order to win the next game, I'm willing to risk 400 million people's lives, 370 million people's lives, which is what they've done. They've said that the poor, which make up 270 million of our 350 million, 370 million people, we're just willing to gamble their health, gamble their lives. They don't deserve the office either.
Well, you know what I found was very interesting was there was a Republican on CNN, and he goes, I don't understand why everyone is so upset. Number one, this never and has never affected anybody who has a plan through work, which is the majority of Americans.
Yeah.
And he said, and it doesn't affect people who are on Medicare or Medicaid. But again, I don't believe he actually read the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
What he said was it basically we're arguing over 7% of Americans, which is not a correct number, no. But even if it was 400 million Americans in this country,
370 probably.
370. Let's just say 400 rounded up.
Sure, for round number sake.
Yeah, for round number sake. So that's 28 million who he's discussing.
It's just 7%. You know, it's not that many people.
I mean, if 28 million people died in a tsunami, then
an
earthquake or a typhoon or anything like
disease.
Yeah, a disease seems more likely than like you wouldn't be able to get by without making some sort of comment on your Twitter or Facebook going like, "Oh, my heart bleeds for all the people, all 24 million people who were affected by the."
But again, those are not correct numbers. It is way more than 7% because the employer plans will be renegotiated with companies, and people are going to lose their employer healthcare plans. And all of those people on Medicare and Medicaid. Well, Medicare is aside, something separate, but Medicaid. You're like, oh yeah, all these people are covered by Medicaid. But part of the vote was taking away Medicaid from people. So those people go back into your pool of 7%. So now it's more like 15% of people. All those people who just got covered are not going to be covered anymore. Unless the states, like Flash has mentioned in the comments, Massachusetts is trying to vote to keep Romney Care, essentially, and they're going to fund it themselves.
Yeah.
California will most likely keep their plan.
Yeah, I mean, California and New York are both covered.
And they don't care. California is actually offering a single-payer plan for the entire state, which is fantastic. And I wish they had that when I was at school there. That would have made life a lot easier.
Yeah.
I would have changed my residency. But, I mean, California's going to offer it. The problem, though, is that the only other state that could probably afford to do that is Texas, and they ain't going to do that. So, but after that, you have states like Maryland where they can't afford to make up the deficit in 2022 is going to be $1 billion.
Yeah.
And they just can't pull $1 billion out. They'd have to raise taxes by $1 billion. And they're already taxing the hell out of everybody in Maryland.
Yeah, way too high.
And Hogan is never going to pass an additional tax, especially for that.
No.
But he might have a challenger. I think he already does for 2018. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. But
who's the?
Just my understanding was that somebody's already announced that they're running against him. I don't pay close enough attention to know. But
while I certainly have qualms with Larry Hogan, I think that he's probably the closest to like a moderate Republican we have in like a state house anywhere, really.
Yeah, but the problem is that he has not done.
I mean, he's not a Trump Republican. God damn it.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out a way. to dance around
snake me into that one.
To dance around the fact that that's what he is, but. Sorry, Flash comments from the live stream. If you are, you should join us at facebook.com/Hear the Anthem, where we stream live every episode now. But yes, they can pay for all the cameras to watch poor people in the neighborhoods. Corey has just been, I think you said last week that you were caught up on Undisclosed.
I am.
And you're watching that, or you're listening to that, and that's changing everything. Salut. Well, we're getting some weird shadows as the sun moves around.
Oh, God,
here.
looking terrible.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Good stuff. But no, so he is not from the president's party. He is a moderate, but the problem is that he is making being a moderate in a very weird way, because he's fighting Democrats at every turn, and that's not necessarily like the best way to go about it.
Right.
You have a state house that's full of Democrats, and you're going to have to deal with them. And his thing is to just be, no, I'm not going to do it. But they have the votes to override your veto. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Why keep fighting? And he also needs to look at the fact that the areas where he won, they went very strongly for the president in the election. And if you are not going to be on the president's team, he's going to try and get you out the next time.
I don't think that hurts Hogan in Maryland, though.
But the president is making hit
because
lists.
I mean, like, basically the only people who are really voting for that man in Maryland was Dundalk and the Eastern Shore,
right.
And they don't really matter in huge numbers.
Hogan won because of the Western Maryland and the Eastern Shore and the suburbs of Baltimore. So yes, I mean those are very important. He just ended up getting more people because people didn't come out and vote in the off-year elections, like 2018 when he's up for election again. They were able to sway it. The West and the East and the redneck portions of Baltimore and Carroll County were able to sway the election. So the rednecks everywhere were able to sway it. But he is going to be worried about it.
Hold on, we got an audience.
We have guests. We have guests we have people joined us. No.
Yeah.
Your residents.
Go.
Where can I pee?
Go that way. That
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
That's fine.
I need to shower. Oh.
We're halfway done, guys. We're halfway done.
We can move the webcam in there and just bump our numbers a bit. I don't know if that's Facebook legal.
Can you help us get some Facebook numbers there? Is that going to happen? But anyway, Anyway, I think that the president.
That was from last night.
Last night? Yeah, I tried to describe mine.
That was from drinking last night. I was like, what kind of awful bruise is this?
The alcohol is already taking effect. I can't right now. I don't know where we're at. I think I'm at 3. Oh, anyway. So I think that Hogan needs to worry about that. And he is not only because
Hello,
he's a
Lauren,
moderate.
by the way.
Hello, what?
Lauren.
Oh, hi. Yes. Hi, how are you guys doing? I think that that he needs to take into account that as a moderate, he's going to have the Gilchrist problem. Someone is going to run who is a president's man in the state. Mm-hmm. And then he's also going to have to face a strong Democratic opponent.
See, but no Republican has ever really been super strong to the right that ran for governor. I mean, not in any kind of recent history.
Ehrlich wasn't a centrist. Ehrlich was a
he had enough centrist policies, though.
But he was a Bush guy, and he got support from the party because he was a Bush guy. Before there was really a Bush, because I guess it was 2000.
It was one of those. We accept you to be a little bit more liberal because you're running in Maryland.
Yeah. But the problem is that the current president is not going to allow that. He is a party line guy. You are with me or you are against me, and it's that simple. So.
I bet you if we sat him down in a room and said states are federal and just like started going through all the different.
Wait, the president?
Yeah.
No, he's not going to know any of that stuff. Yeah. So that's all.
He's going to be like, well, I mean, I think the federal's good. And more should be with the federal because I'm with the federal, and it's just like nope.
That's not this party. Sorry.
Sorry, I need to show you what happened here.
This is our party.
Yeah,
and this is the thing.
This is our platform.
Yeah, no, none of that. Sorry, none of that.
Usually Russia's been bad, but I guess it'll be okay for a while.
Yeah, the party that the Red Scare was started by the Republican Party.
Yeah,
and now it's the party that's cozying up to Russia. So.
Let's cut back real quick.
Yeah, we got off topic. It could be the tequila.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Only possibly.
Can't say for sure.
We had a fairly epic debate a couple weeks back.
We did. Wait, we always have those. What specifically were we debating?
Well, what our plans would be if we were promoting plans in Congress. You know what we've been talking about this entire time.
For the presidency?
Don't try and
for the governor of Maryland?
Don't try and get me into one of these. I'm not.
I don't understand it.
Don't try and slip me into your glass slipper.
I don't understand what you mean. No. Okay. Yes. So we did have a rather epic debate discussing the things that we, the way that we would handle that issue.
And I like to point out that while Rob thinks that I'm part of the Third Reich as a Republican.
That's close. That's close. I'm going to need a judgment from the judges about whether or not that was a reference.
I think we had very similar plans, just different methods of getting there.
No, absolutely not. We had very different plans. They were universes apart. They're not nearly the same.
They're not universes apart.
Okay, so let's start. I'm going to give you 90 seconds to summarize your plan. And uninterrupted seconds.
We got a call to.
I think that was what was that? So Flash, you're gonna have to tell us what it was because you guys have to also say what it is because you guys are on about a 40-second delay. So we need to know what.
I do believe it's me though. If I do say so myself, I think I'm getting called on that one.
I think that was even though
I think it's bullshit.
No, it was a Godwin's Law reference, and I fully support that. Thank you, Flash.
I think that if that counts, then saying president should count too.
No, there's a lot of presidents. It's a position. Anyway, so there we go. She Flash agreed with me that reference
son of a bitch.
That reference counts. So
hold on, gotta make it official.
It's turning into a train wreck, folks. It's already turning into a train wreck. All right. So, I'm going to give you...
Oh. Why don't you dig 90
No,
seconds?
that was I love that prayer. That moment of prayer. I want you to pull it together and give me 90 seconds of why your plan and what your plan is. Ready? And go.
Well, number one, my plan is to get rid of insurance companies completely. And as part of this, it would also require that we get rid of all the problems that insurance companies have caused, such as the need for doctors to have many people who work in their offices just doing paperwork for insurance purposes. We need to get rid of the humongous cost of going to the hospital and just make it about what the actual procedure costs. Get the huge overruns that insurance has caused out of the whole process, and just focus on getting people low cost insurance that allows them to get procedures at a. Because I mean, like, let's put it this way, just as a simple example. If you go to have a child, you go to the hospital and you're pregnant and you're about to give birth, it costs $25,000 or something like that if you look at the bill. But at the end of it all, it doesn't cost that much. How much does the room cost? How much does the actual time of the procedure cost? How much staff is involved? All of that is at a 200% premium because insurance is taking their take. And that's essentially what my plan is. Get rid of insurance companies. Figure out a plan that lowers the cost of medical treatment for everybody, lowers the cost but increases the profits for the doctors and the medical institutions, and allows everybody to walk into any sort of place and know that their costs are not going to be outrageous.
Okay. And
Rather than looking at like a bill and saying $25,000 for childbirth and going like, well, thank God that my insurance is taking care of this.
Yeah.
Why not it just be $5,000?
And
you're paying for a service that is not the insurance companies that are currently around in the business that they currently operate that helps you cover those costs.
And
much like auto insurance, where you can get auto insurance for $70 a month if you're a
Right.
good driver and you never get into accidents and you never have trouble.
okay.
The reason why they set those prices at that point is because that's how much it takes of you paying monthly
Yeah.
to make up the money for whatever accident you're going to get into in your time as a insured motorist.
I don't think you understand how pools work, but that's neither here nor there. So if we don't have insurance companies,
Yeah.
you're saying that I get a bill for $5,000 after my wife gives birth.
No.
Who's paying that?
No, there should be a intermediary between
An
you
insurance company.
and the yes,
An insurance company.
but not the insurance companies that we currently have.
Okay. So you're going to get rid of the insurance companies we have now.
Yeah.
You're going to create new insurance companies.
Yep.
Who is going to create these things?
I would be fine if it was government created.
The government is going to create insurance companies.
Yeah.
Who are then going to be for-profit businesses.
No.
They're not for profit.
No.
Okay. So what is their modus operandi here?
I mean, they can make some profit.
So they are for profit.
Well, okay. So let me put it this way. What's like Aetna's market cap right now? Like $3.4 billion a year?
Probably higher than that, probably.
So
yeah.
all the money that they take in,
Yeah.
minus the money that they spend
Okay.
for coverage,
Is 3.4.
equals plus $3.4 billion.
Right.
If we set up rules and regulations that cap the amount that an insurance company could possibly receive, then we are able to, at that point, lower the cost of the procedure,
Okay.
lower the cost of the total bill,
Okay.
and lower the amount that goes into the insurance marketplace to a point where everyone would be able to afford, through the intermediary insurance that I'm talking about,
Right.
a plan that they could cover, and it would be affordable and it would be reliable, and doctors would still make enough money to feed and clothe their children and nurses would still be around, but there would be 5 people who work in the office who are used to doing clerical work who have to work at, somewhere else.
So what kind of system of government is that you're describing?
You're going to say it's socialist.
Is it not socialist? We're going to create a for-profit business, but we're going to tell them that they can't make but a certain amount of profit a year.
Listen, I'm not saying that there has to be a rule written in capping their market share.
Okay.
But what I'm going to say is that every single one of, if I am the president,
right,
every single one of them is getting called out.
But calling
annually
out doesn't mean anything because they answer to the stockholders. It is a for-profit business. More profit.
Calling
is
out
good.
doesn't mean anything?
No, of course not. They're not dragging somebody off a plane.
So
it's
what's
not United.
what's the fucking point of having any kind of you want to go out and you want to march for science or you want to march for truth?
There is no
if
fucking
calling out these people don't do anything, then what the fuck's the point?
Because there is
you
no
just
point.
want to go out and dance in the middle of the street like a bunch of hippies.
That's what they're doing. And this is my major complaint about the protesting now is you're not doing anything. If you want to look at the last time something got done, they burned cars in Baltimore. That's the last time something got done. That made
made a tremendous impact on everything.
Well, it made the National Guard show up, and if they started shooting some cops, and if they started firing at the National Guard, maybe some shit would have gotten done. But all the real revolutionaries went home, and everybody else just went out and danced in the street a little more.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get shit done if you're not willing to spill a little blood, if you're not willing to do what it takes to get your hands dirty. But you're going out and you're dancing in the street and you're having a good time. That's not doing anything to anyone. Because you know what? Frankly, Colin Jost had it absolutely correctly. I will never fly United again unless they're the cheapest flight the next time I need to take a flight. Like, then I'm going to totally do it. Like,
right.
We are a capitalist society that's completely motivated by capitalism, and that's ridiculous. Getting back to the topic. This issue should not be for profit. That is number one. There is no reason that people's health should be related
I
to
don't
profit.
want it to be for profit, but I'm saying somebody has to step in as the intermediary. And I don't trust the government to be able to do this in a way that allows them to keep the costs low, which is what my primary concern is.
Okay.
And to be able to do it in a manner that allows them to survive. If you set up a minimal profit insurance system,
it's just socialism. You're limiting the profits of somebody. Like this is the bullshit capitalism that we have here, where we say, yeah, it's capitalist. You can risk everything, and when you lose it, we're going to bail you out.
There's going to be somebody who comes along and then sells an insurance policy to Kim Kardashian and the rest of them that just sort of says like, this is you never have to pay anything for anything.
Right.
Insurance.
But that also exists under my plan. And I don't think that you are that's what you're getting. But the point of the matter is we need to either say we are going to be capitalist or we're not. And you want to say that that's some kind of capitalist system because it's for profit, but it's not. It's socialism. You're saying you're allowed to make a profit, but only this much profit. That's more command style communism than anything else.
I can only do what. Listen, I can't change everything because then the whole system will go into disarray.
Why?
If you're asking me what I can do today, like if I was able to put a plan in today to fix health insurance, then I would, this is what I would do. Because there needs to be a certain amount of the system that we have in place right now to get us to the system that we eventually will have.
Okay. So.
And eventually, you would be able to basically, if my calculation in my head works the way that I imagine it does, which Rob is saying it doesn't.
It doesn't.
I would go and be able to, with the money that I invest into a HSA account or something like that, be able to afford most every single procedure that I would need done.
Do you know anyone? Okay, so let's start here. Do you know anyone over the age of 65?
Real quick. Just because I don't want to cheat the people.
Do you know anyone over the age of 65? Would you say that they have good health care or bad health care?
Oh, God. Sorry, that wasn't an answer to that question. That was just me making noises. Oh,
me making a drink because I just said the word. Go ahead.
You said it twice.
I'm not going to do 2 shots.
You said it twice.
I know.
Ruling.
All right.
Ruling.
I know. All right. So, would you say that they have good coverage or bad coverage?
I would say that they have good coverage.
Okay. Now, what
Because
is
most of the people that I know who are over 65 can afford good coverage.
I forgot that you're white and privileged. All right, so
Right.
what is the largest group, census group in the country by age?
65 and over.
Oh, you would think that. It's actually the generation between 18 and 25, which
Okay.
is weird because if we all took to the streets and...
That was just me making up for the last one. I wanted to,
Okay.
I wanted to scare you a little bit, but you do have 01.
I know, I'm doing it right now. And the ruling is I only have to do one. So, the judge's ruling is final. Thank God. Thank God. Whew. All right. So,
Just to get to the comments too, I mean, the cost of education is just preposterous
yes, it is.
across the board.
It
I
is.
mean, it shouldn't cost $35,000 a semester to go to school.
It shouldn't.
I
I want to make it free.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, if you could go for $5,000 a semester, then I
Yeah.
think people would care a lot less about the student loans that they have to carry over for.
But to be fair, it cost me $52,000, and I treated it like a freak show. I didn't actually care so much about it. So
Right.
I don't like the people who argue that, like, well, when you have to pay and you have to take loans, people care about it more. No, I cared about it very little. I should have treated it with way more respect. But I'm also an actual genius, if you guys hadn't known that yet. I'm an actual genius. And, God, there's being a lot of people interrupting our podcast.
I'm trying to get. Burns looks so defensive. He's like, I didn't do anything.
No.
I was trying to talk to Rachel.
How many are you in?
We're about 45 minutes in.
No. How many shots?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
Shots.
about
I don't know,
45.
We're not keeping count. We haven't kept count. I don't know if anybody's keeping count at home. If they can say where we are, just
We
let us
were
know.
going to keep a counter, but
It didn't work.
That-
out. Things have not worked out today.
thank
But-
God I don't have to be
so
in
here's
charge of that.
Here's my point.
Extra squiddy though.
Cool.
You actually don't do anything, right?
So here's my point. Here's my point.
Oh, no, we're thinking
All
about
right.
healthcare.
So-
We got, fuck!
All right, so here's my point. My point is that to go back to my original point, which is the largest
Goddamn
census group-
Rachel.
My largest census group is 18 to 25. So if all of you join me out in the streets, we can take everything back because nobody is there to stop us. But the rest of you are sitting on your asses at home and you're tweeting about shit and you're not doing anything about it and you don't give a shit about your country going to hell. I don't understand why that is, but you're sitting here watching this video, and I appreciate that, so don't stop watching. But in the meantime, after this is done, go out and fucking do something. Don't just sit on your ass
Burn a
and tweet about
dumpster
it.
on fire.
Whatever it takes, do something.
Burn a
But-
dumpster on fire. That's weird.
it's okay. I was going to let it go. Just go
Tequila.
do something. Go change something about the world and stop accepting that this is how it has to be. It does not have to be this way. Now, going back to the point. If you know anybody who's over 65, they have the best insurance. Did you see me pause right there?
Yeah.
They have the best insurance in the country. Why do they have that? Because Medicare is the best insurance program in the country. It keeps costs low. It has the lowest administrative cost of any insurance company.
Right.
Everyone is covered who's over the top. So let me get my 90 seconds.
Okay.
Here's my 90 seconds of what is my plan for the country. We take the 1965 Medicare Act, and I'm going to edit it. I'm going to go back to the original bill, and here is my bill for how to change everything about this issue in our country. We edit the fourth and fifth words. I think it's fourth and fifth. It's the first internal clause of that bill. And we take out the terms under 65 from between two commas in the first line of that bill. And we just say Medicare for everyone. Now we have a government body who doesn't make actual decisions. My grandmother doesn't, her care is determined by her doctors. It's not determined by anyone at Medicare. All they do is pay.
Right.
So when when her doctor says she needs this thing, they petition Medicare. Medicare says, we're going to pay you $3,000 for that. The doctor says, I usually charge $4,500 for that. And they say, we pay you $3,000. He's like, okay, give me the $3,000. And then he does it.
Yeah.
And she has the best of everything. Well, not the best of everything, but she has all the care that she could think of and all the care that she could want. Now, instead of dealing with this capitalist bullshit where someone's health is a matter of profit, and when not me, but when someone who has an employer plan calls, they're at the doctor, and their doctor calls.
I love your nervous laughter. Like, I just got away with something.
Like,
it makes me
juke.
It makes me think of you as like a small child going like your mom going like, you don't know what you're getting for Christmas. Like, no, haha.
But no, so now let's say that the Anthem had the ability to offer an employee insurance program.
Okay. Number one, great. Thanks.
Someday.
Thanks for watching the live stream, I guess.
You guys are the best. But no, so let's say that we had the ability to do that. And then we went to the doctor. The first thing the doctor does is call our insurance company. And they say, well, listen, that doesn't seem like it's something that's absolutely necessary. So, no, we're not going to cover that.
And then I say, a doctor I paid $30 to said it was, so I think it's all right.
No, and so like because the insurance company is looking out for making as much profit as possible. They want to turn that $3.4 billion into $4 billion if they possibly can, right?
Yeah. Well,
So-
because they have stockholders.
Right,
and-
but why should people's health be a matter of making profit? That is ridiculous. Instead, single payer for all, Medicare for all. That's the way to do it.
No, I completely agree. I don't think it should be a for-profit industry. I just think that there needs to be a certain amount of profit that goes into it that allows people to, live off of the job that they. I mean, like.
No, but the doctors
So,
are
I mean,
surviving
like,
just fine. There are doctors'
think
practices that are only
like
Medicare.
Hold on, think about it like charity, right?
Oh, God.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Think about it like charity for a second. There are charities out there that have 75% of the income that they receive go to the actual purpose that
Yeah.
they're a charity.
Right.
Heart disease.
Sure.
I have a heart disease charity. 75 cents of every dollar I receive goes to actual research.
Right.
The
Or
other
treatment,
25% has to go towards administrative costs and throwing galas and whatever else I do.
Sure.
But 25% of what I earn, of what I raise, has to go towards administrative
Okay,
costs.
so what's an acceptable level of administrative costs?
I mean, I don't know off the top of my head because
Just
I don't know.
as a layman, what is an acceptable amount
Just,
for an
just
insurance
generally
company?
speaking,
Yeah.
what do I feel like is a good overhead on administrative costs?
For an insurance company?
I'd say no more than 30%.
Okay. What is the best insurance company in the country? What is their administrative percentage? Kaiser Permanente at 11%.
Okay.
That is astounding, right?
Yeah.
Only 11% of their costs are administrative overhead. What is Medicaid's overhead administratively?
I guess I'm going to say like 5% or something like
3.
Yeah.
3. I just head butted the mic. 3%. So imagine if all of that money that's lost because of an administrative cost, everyone just filled out the same Medicaid form when they went to the doctor. Now, again, the 5 people who are doing insurance forms at the doctor's office
Just
are 1.
giving a heads up to anybody who's commenting now. I'm having trouble reading them. So
It's going to be a problem. So the last comment was that you needed to do what you did.
No.
And that you have
Nope.
now 5.
what's
and I
2
have
comments
4.
up? I can't quite read it.
It's that you need to do what you did. And
Do what?
then You need to do what you did.
No,
You're
just
not
give it
gonna
to me
trick
verbatim.
into-
Just give-
I'm not going to read it.
Give it to
you.
me verbatim.
I'm not going to read it to you. But no, so this is why Medicare works. Medicare has very low overhead. At 3%, it is more than 4 times less, a little less than 3 times less than the best insurance company in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So overhead costs are low. Doctors are still getting paid. There's entire practices that only take Medicare patients because they're so reliable. They're so reliable about payment that you don't have to fight anyone. You just you make the request. You know how much you're going to get paid. You say, I don't take that much. I take more. And then they say, it doesn't matter. This is what we're going to pay you. And you take it and you get paid.
Okay.
So if everyone had it, we could join the rest of the Western nations
Okay,
and say everybody gets health.
Hold on a second. Let's just.
Fuck.
What?
Fuck. I said it.
Thank God, I didn't even hear it.
I'm self-policing.
Self-policing. It's the only time he's policing.
Getting fired up about this, guys. I'm doing this for you. Medicare for all. Wait, I got it. Power to the people.
Rob, I can't read
I'm just
the-
going to puke into this corner.
I can't
Off
I can't
camera.
read the last comment. What does it say?
What are you debating?
You want to answer that question?
Oh, we're talking about...
Sorry, I can't because I'm in the middle of a drink.
Awesome. That is... Oh, I love that you just did that to yourself. That was the best part of that. You were trying to be
That
witty.
happens at least once a drink in a mile.
You were trying... You're trying to be witty. You came and there was a battle of wits, but you came unarmed. So, so apparently it's making it very hard. I can't read anymore either, by the way. It's very hard to understand. It's very hard to understand, apparently, so we're trying to be clear.
Maybe this live streaming thing wasn't such a great idea.
No, probably not. There's only 2 people watching this, so we're okay. We're down from our high. It's okay. Whew.
Oh, 3.
It's jumping up and down. Jumping up and down. Oh, wait.
Oh God.
This is Just Good Pod.
Oh, I hate my
Just
life.
Good Pod. All right. And I believe...
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm aware.
Just to make that clear.
I'm aware.
Just to make that clear. So anyway, while he's handling that, I'm going to continue to rant a little bit about
I need to recommit myself to living.
to what?
Living. just so everyone's aware of what has happened so
We've
far.
taken a significant chunk out of this. Oh man.
Oh God, hold on.
Oh, hey.
There's a legitimate comment.
All right, so we have a legitimate comment that I'm going to have to read. I'm going to spin in here to read it from Ashley. Ashley, welcome to the podcast. So then doctors would be capped at a certain fee. There are levels of expertise that shouldn't be dictated by insurances to the provider. I agree with that statement. But however, that's actually currently the way that things work. That a bunch of experts get together every year and they set what is their fee for certain services. And doctors can agree to take that fee or not take that fee. If they don't want to take the fee, then they don't accept Medicare patients.
Let me put it this way for my plan. Because I imagine mine is probably more in line with like how would a doctor charge kind of thing.
Okay.
I think that you're allowed to charge whatever you want.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if you're Dr. James Andrews and you need a shoulder surgery or an ligament replacement surgery, it doesn't really matter what he charges. You're going to pay for it regardless. But know for sure that you are going to know prior to going into a meeting with Dr. James Andrews
It's going to cost
what
you.
an average surgery would cost.
Oh, yeah.
What an average elbow replacement surgery would cost.
Yeah. And it will remain it will remain
I see your comments. It's fine.
it will remain the fact that
Y'all can pick. It's fine.
it's totally fine.
I'm just trying to join you guys.
Anything is absolutely fine. But it will remain the fact that there will be doctors who don't accept any
Scroll up.
insurance. Right now I can't. I'm sorry. We can't. We really should have gotten this started earlier. All right, so I'm going to read another comment from Ashley. Again, Ashley, welcome to the podcast. So I'm paying healthcare fees that I'm mandated to have, yet when I didn't have insurance, I'd pay much less for the services out of pocket. I was reading the fucking comment.
Yeah, you said it out loud.
That's not fair. I'm reading the goddamn comment. All right, you know what? Actually, I blame you for that. That's all right. No, it's all right. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to answer the question because Corey has no idea what he's talking about. But yes,
Listen, you said the word. She put it out there,
she did.
and
She
you
did,
read
and she
it.
set me up, and I read it.
Yeah.
So, here's the deal. So here's the deal. So yes, stop laughing. I'm trying to answer the question.
I'm just laughing at Flash's last comment.
So that prior to the Obamacare plan, fee for service was usually could be lower, but that's just because what we need to understand is that we are one society, and I understand that as an individual, it's frustrating to say I'm paying more now than I was paying before, and I could have just gotten sick once and gone to the doctor and paid their $150, but now I have to pay $300 for a fee for service, and that doesn't make sense. And if you are continuing to be in a capitalist society, I completely understand the frustration, and I don't want that system for you. I don't want that system for any of us, because the system doesn't work. People's health should not be a matter of a for-profit system. What happens when you do that is you make judgment calls based on profits and not people's health. If we have a Medicare for all system, which would cost, by the way, a proven by the CBO 2.2% income tax.
If it was
on
for
everyone.
everybody,
Yes. 2.2% income tax. That's it. So figure out what you're paying for insurance right now, and I guarantee you it's more than 2.2% of your income.
question.
Yes.
Would it be less if, in fact, everything costs less?
You, unless you institute a socialist system where you
I'm not saying
price
a
cap
social-
everything.
I'm not saying a socialist system. I'm saying you got to get rid of what the insurance companies have done to ruin health insurance.
There is no way to do that without a socialist system. And if you're going to go
Hold
to
on.
a socialist system,
Wait, no, I didn't.
no, you didn't.
I'm good. I'm good.
If you're going to go to a socialist system, why not go to a socialist
Clearly
system that
I'm
allows
good.
everyone
Clearly.
to get coverage? Everyone needs coverage. Healthcare is a human right. Fuck me! Getting too worked up about it. It should be a human right. For a 2.2%, I'm going to do it. For a 2.2% income tax, which is less than what you're paying right now for insurance, I can get not only you and not only everyone in your family, but everyone in the entire country. And why have we gotten away from this idea that we're all in this together? When we came out of World War II, we had the idea that we are one country and we're all in this together. And when I do better, my neighbor does better. And when he does better, I do better. When do we get away from that? Why can't we just embrace that again and say, let's make everyone healthy again?
Real quick, I'd like to comment on what I can read of Ashley's comments. Part of what lawyers charge and part of what doctors charge.
I feel like Ashley might have been a client of mine. I can't really think about it right now, but I feel like she might have been a client.
So maybe you shouldn't speak anything of this. But Colin's already saying it's better than last year. Good. Drink it up. It lives on.
Oh my.
But part of what you're allowed to charge as a doctor or a lawyer is based off of the fact that you have a postgraduate degree.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand. Listen, if you have an English degree, and that English degree allows you to get a certain job that allows you to make more money, then I expect you to charge more.
Okay.
To get the job that allows you to use that degree. But God, I've completely lost.
I know, and I owe this one.
I'm
This one
having
is still sitting
I'm
here.
having so much trouble with this one.
It's a wreck. But no, here's my point. I want everyone. Guys, can we lower the volume over there just a little bit? Sorry, it's just a bit distracting.
I'm way too in the
too
bag
much,
for this
there's too much
one.
tequila for things going on here. All right, so what it comes down to is this: I want
I think we're gonna come to a mandated end to this show.
I want
soon.
everyone to be healthy. I want everyone to be healthy, and I want everyone to have access to care. And if that means that doctors make a little less money, it sucks, and I understand that. But we are going to make sure that they make a healthy living. I think that's a good thing. And lawyers are going to make less too, by the way, because we're also going to do tort reform where doctors can't be sued as easily.
Actually, lawyers are a great example. So everyone hates how much they get charged by a lawyer.
Yes, trust me, they do. But you know what? Some lawyers do a lot of free motherfucking work for people, and they're still broke, like me, at the end of everything.
Let's
Salud.
Let's just say, for instance, that
Oh God,
it's so bad.
God. It's so good when it hits your lips. It's so good.
I like to imagine that people like my laugh, but I imagine they don't.
Go ahead, continue with what you're saying.
If I told you there was a way to lower court costs,
Oh, I do know Ashley. Ashley and I went to school together. I was thrown off by your married last name, but I do know you by your maiden last name. And yes, I do know you. So, hi Ashley. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for watching.
What I'm saying is
that our viewership's going up. This is not a good thing.
The more we've drank,
this
the more.
is not good.
Fuck! Hold on. Hold up.
We don't balls.
We're almost out. Just FYI.
Almost out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, hold on. I'm gonna hold this up to the camera. See?
Train wreck. All right, so because
I'm glad y'all like this.
yes, yeah, I know. Hey, listen, we're not going to do
The
this.
only reason I do this is because y'all like this.
And we're not going to do this every week. This is seriously a one-time thing. But we are going to be live on Facebook every single week. So look out. Make sure that you are following at Oh The Anthem on all your social networks. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And you'll see a notice that, hey, we're about to go live. Come and join us for every single episode. And if you miss the episode recording on Facebook Live during the week, you can download it on your favorite podcatcher, whether that's Stitcher, Dogcatcher, our favorite Pocket Cast, or maybe iTunes. Not iTunes, Apple Podcasts.
Or YouTube. Because while you're watching this live, appreciated, obviously, by the way. If you don't catch this live and you want to catch it later, youtube.com/Oh The Anthem is the place to go, because we're going to take this video and make it alive.
We are going to this is a weird angle. We are going to do with it what the original plan was. So catch everybody up if they missed from the beginning.
Real quick, just to catch everybody up. We had wonderful, amazing plans.
Oh God.
For how this was going to turn out.
And we tested.
Yeah, we tested it. We tested it. It was great. There was going to be a scoreboard. There was going to be the number of people who had a penalty associated with their name. It was going to be awesome. But once we started trying to record, it was not going to work the way it was. So we decided to just go with the webcam.
After 2 hours of frustration, this is the setup we ended up with. But in the weeks to come, we are going to have a fantastic setup for you guys. But
I'm gonna go to YouTube LA
and
just talk to them and just be like, hey, what's going on?
But in the meantime, make sure that you're following.
If I had to pay more for the cable bill, then that's what's gonna have to happen.
Fuck all. At Oh The Anthem on all your social networks. Make sure you're following on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we'll tweet out a link every single week and say, hey, we're about to go live. You can join us on here every single week for every single podcast. And it will be a little less silly, maybe just as silly, but less.
Less. I'm trying to figure out a word that doesn't involve more penalties.
I'm just gonna let you go ahead. Write this check. Yeah.
It's going to be less flamboyant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Less flamboyant, but maybe not, because I am this big of an asshole every single week.
I am disappointed.
I am disappointed.
Did you? Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna put this in the show notes for anybody who tunes in to OTheAnthem.com to check out the full episode. But did you ever see the Kevin Sorbo on Hercules reading a stage direction?
Maybe. No. Maybe. Yes. Kevin
There's
Sorbo.
a classic video.
The guy who actually did play Hercules.
There's a classic video on Hercules where he goes like, I don't think that the people are here anymore. Disappointed. Like,
yes. Okay.
Like disappointed was written in as like a stage direction.
But he actually read it.
He's just like, disappointed.
All right. So, we haven't incited enough from Facebook, YouTube, the FBI, or the CIA, or the NSA. So, I want to cover one other topic before we get out of here, because we ranted a long time about our previous topic, but so
one that doesn't involve penalties.
Let's try to cover two other things quickly. First of all, my heart goes out to the family of Jordan Edwards in Texas.
Yes.
To have your son, who is a honor student who is in sports.
By the way, I'm trying to make this next penalty happen. I'm trying to fight back the vomit.
if you're gonna puke off camera right. Just go off camera right and into the floor. He's in bad shape.
Rachel's worried.
Things are bad.
Rachel's worried.
Things are bad.
I saw the face pop up. It's like a gopher sticking out of the hole. Like,
Wait, what? Anyway, so okay. I need to get my
Saltburns, by
I need to
the
get my
way,
shit
is
together.
things out of done in the microwave.
I'm sorry?
Whatever
Wait,
Burns has in
Ashley,
the microwave is done in the
I feel like I need to answer this. Ashley asked, you accomplished a variant of socialism for Word, which I'm not going to say because I'm smart. But yes, my plan is a
SMRT.
variant of socialism. It's actually based on Medicare that already exists. It's kind of a communist concept. I don't know if people know this about me. I am now an avowed communist.
My process is just trying to fix what the communists started and trying to make
And
things cost
I wanna-
what they should.
I want to give people good coverage so that they live. Because
I'd
I like
rather
people's
I'd rather
lives.
fix the problem and then allow people to
He
have what
wants
they
people
want.
to die. He doesn't care that people die. So I do care that people die. So again, to start.
By the way,
after
Anthem
our
Alliance, fuck you. I know exactly what you're trying to do. And number one, you spelled the bill wrong. So ha ha.
All right, so anyway, my heart goes out to the family of Jordan Edwards in Texas. I can't imagine what it's like to lose a child at all. I certainly can't understand what it's like to lose a child who's a teenager who did every fucking thing right.
This
Who
is Sonny and Cher. Sorry. If
You're
you're not watching
distracted
the
by
comments
this. Yeah,
on
I'm
Facebook
sorry, I
Live
can't-
right now,
You need to be on the
you
comments.
are
but
way out of
but-
the loop.
All right, so but I can't imagine what it's like to have a son who is an honor student, who is in sports, who is doing everything
I think this
right.
is. I think the
and then
people
be
who
murdered.
listen to this podcast and like it,
Yeah.
are appreciating the fact that I'm just throwing out something completely fucking random that's
Yeah.
thrown in the comments. This
I'm
is what-
hoping either
This is the spirit of what this episode is about.
either Corey is ahead of me or my liver is doing fucking awesome right now.
No, you're behind. I just looked. You're behind.
Am I behind?
Yeah.
No, not the video.
No, the actual comments are behind for you.
I'm on my bitch. No, I just got the last comment. I'm good.
You got the Groundhog Day
Yeah,
song?
yeah. I got it. Wait. Oh my god. All right.
It's Sonny
so-
and Cher.
Oh, there's too many comments. All right, I'm sorry. We have to bail out of that. This is not good pod. I'm sorry, guys. This is not good pod. We're going to move on to our next topic, which is I feel really bad about the family of Jordan Edwards. My heart goes out to them. And we haven't attracted the attention enough of the FBI and the NSA, so I would like to say this. I hope that motherfucking pig...
I'm sorry. I had to take a second to just shout out Burns for the face that he made. He was just like... It's like, we didn't call it the FBI or the CIA enough, and he's just like, what?
All right, so here we
Like,
go.
what?
I want everyone to listen to me close.
Why would you?
I hope that motherfucking pig burns in hell. I hope that they yank him out of his cell and they yank him up by his neck to a fucking tree and they pull out his entrails and they fucking just draw and quarter that motherfucker.
Wow.
I'm a little worked up about it because
You've had quite a bit of tequila.
he straight up murdered that kid, just straight up murdered the kid, and then lied about it. And then thank God for the body cameras. And tune into episode 160. Go back on YouTube, go back at otheanthem.com and listen to our discussion on episode 160 about how are the cops able to control the body cameras and the city street cameras.
Yeah.
Because why should they be able to see the camera before they make a statement? This is the perfect reason why they should not. Because cop gives a bullshit fucking statement, and it turns out the body camera shows that it is a bullshit fucking statement.
Woo!
And now he is up for murder. And good. I hope you fucking rot in hell, you piece of shit. All cops are bastards. Fuck the police. That's what I say.
The thoughts of Robert N. Cheeker, his and his. All right, real quick.
I'm
Hold on.
so pissed off. How do you shoot a kid in the back of the fucking head in a moving car and call yourself a peace officer? Fuck that guy.
Can we?
Fuck that guy.
Can we please, just for the sake of audience, move on to the Capitals, just so I can.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to say my piece about fuck that guy, and I hope they give him the death penalty in Texas. And listen, if we can do a lottery on tickets, I would like to watch them stick a needle in that motherfucker's arm, and I would like to watch him die. Just so that's clear.
FYI.
If that's possible. If there's anybody in Texas who can get me tickets to that execution.
Rob, that
I
is
would
why
like to see
people
it.
hate you. Laugh out loud.
Yeah. Let them fucking hate. They can fucking hate me all they want. It doesn't fucking matter because I ain't got shit to do.
All right, real
Everybody.
quick.
Fuck all
Now
of them.
that
Fuck
we're
all of them!
now that we're hopefully out of the magic words area, I would like to talk for just a second before we get out of here
Too much.
about the Capitals.
Too much.
I don't know what the score is right now.
I have to pull up here. I can tell you what the score is.
We've been recording and not watching the game.
Scroll down to the hockey.
Oh hey, they won.
What? Ole the goalie showed up? No, wait, it's not Ole.
Sorry, babe. At least for one more day. At least 2 more days, the beard lives. God, we are just stumbling and rumbling into the. Let me say this. Regardless
Guys,
of the
stop
fact,
Facebook messaging me. Just make comments. I can't be distracted by Facebook Messenger. Oh. All right, good. Caps. Yes, Caps.
before we get out here, regardless of what happens to the Capitals from here on out for the rest of the playoffs, they don't deserve to win shit. Because if you score
without you.
Because if you score on your own fucking goal in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the referee should have the ability to just walk out on the middle of the ice and be like, immediate disqualification from the Stanley Cup playoffs for
the
scoring
team?
on your own goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you should loot Orlov. I don't care. I don't understand. I don't get it. But whatever. You've eliminated the Capitals from actual Stanley Cup championship aspirations.
Do you think they're still going to the Stanley Cup finals?
No.
They could win out. They could win tomorrow and then win the next day, and then they're in, right? Tomorrow's game 6, and then game 7 after that.
Listen. I would love nothing more if they somehow haphazardly found themselves into the Stanley Cup.
Stumbled into the championships. Woo! Skate stumble.
But they don't deserve it. Clearly,
they don't.
the Penguins have been the way better team.
I really want to shave your head. Is there something- like I am gonna wait for
Maybe
you to
we should
lose. I want you to
live stream
pass
that.
out. So I
Maybe
can
we
just
should
shave your
live
head.
stream that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who? Let's see in the comments. Who would want to see a live stream of me shaving Corey's head and beard after the Capitals lose?
It's quite an impressive beard. I'm just saying.
Impressive for
Just
you.
Thumbs
maybe.
up. Thumbs
I-
up for the impressive beard.
I buzz this just to keep it nice. Like, look at this. Yeah, man, I'm sexy as shit. Shit. I do like that I'm playing it. I know this mic is not actually feeding into Facebook Live,
Yeah, I
but
know.
I am like playing it up real, like, God.
Real
Oh,
heavy.
look, thumbs up. Ooh. Thumbs up for the sexy
I'm
beard.
down.
Can I get? Oh wait. So we need to separate these things because we keep saying thumbs up. Everybody, give me a ha ha if you think Corey's beard is better, and give me a wow if you think that Rob's beard is better. How about that? And if you're not watching at Facebook Live, you're missing out on half the show. Make sure that you are following it at OD Anthem on all your social networks. And there's a lot of thumbs. See, there's a little bit of a delay. There's a lot of thumbs. So again, it's a ha ha if Corey's beard is better, and a wow if Rob's beard is better. But make sure you're following along at OD
Oh, I
Anthem.
see a haha going by.
I got one haha and one wow. Make
The
sure you're following
comments-
at OD Anthem on our social networks because that's how you
Burns'
can
beard
know
is
when
better.
we're.
Bullshit. Burns' beard is better. Burns ain't got no
All right,
beard.
first of all, Burns is the sexiest man I've ever seen in my life.
Can we get Burns over here?
Burns, do you want to get on
Burns.
camera just for a second? Can you just show
Burns,
your
please.
abs? You don't even have to show your face. Just show your abs. It's fine. You can just keep your head. Just keep your head above the camera. Just like
Listen,
can we
I'm
just
not
chest.
I'm not
down?
not trying to minimize you to your solely physical.
We're gonna
part.
edit that out
Like,
and just put your chest down is gonna be the picture for the video from here on out.
people will click on it like mad. Like
It
I'm
will.
just.
Yo, we're trying to get mad clicks. We're trying to get mad clicks. What's your Instagram? The mind underscore the muscle, and that is where you're gonna find the hottest pics on Instagram.
He's sitting on my couch at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So if you are not,
Hold
if you're
on.
looking for some
real quick, I'm
deliciousness-
looking.
Go ahead.
I'm looking up at the counter. I can't imagine that we're going.
No,
we're
it's
going
not-
under time.
No, that is too far because remember we ran it. It ran for many minutes.
Can we get a?
That's
Yeah. Fuck you.
I'm trying to get to the topics. We've been distracted by too much by these fucking people over here.
Real quick.
This attractive man and his two feminine people over here.
Real quick, I
So-
saw Pittsburgh in the comments. Fuck you. Oh, it's
I believe
Anthem
that's
Alliance.
Colin.
Fuck you
I
still.
believe that's Colin.
Fuck you still. Penguins suck. God, we are just stumbling into the
It's
end.
okay. We trip and
Which-
stumble across the finish line.
Which only means one thing.
No, don't start it now. Wait. We have to finish. We have to finish the thought, which is, if you would like to see, send an email to Corey@otheanthem.com. If you would like to see me shave Corey's beard on Facebook Live, we will absolutely do. I will shave his head and the beard with trimmers.
Not
on
the
Facebook
head.
Live.
Not the head.
Shaving the head.
Now I
He's-
will get a. Obviously, right now it's not
Need
the
to get
best
a,
to
need to
look
get a
for
goddamn haircut, one or
that.
the other. I mean, really need a haircut.
The beard on Facebook Live would be fine.
No,
not the
hair. Why not the hair? We sit in
No,
a chair and
because
we
I need to go to I need to go to a professional for the hair.
No, because we shave it and then you
no,
can pick it.
no,
It'll be
no,
fine.
no. That's not exactly how it goes.
All right, and I'll say before we get out of here, let's talk about one other thing. Orioles in Boston.
Oh God.
Brandon doesn't want you to shave the head. Brandon from Anthem Alliance is here, guys.
No,
You
not
should
the
be
head.
wait.
Thank you for saving my head from this whole procedure.
I do want to say you should be listening to the Anthem Alliance podcast. I'm looking forward to this week's episode of Anthem Alliance. I certainly hope that they don't have some kind of saving error where they lose the podcast and then bitch out and decide not to do a podcast for that week, because that seems like really petty. Oh, Sean comes in with a save it. Yes, Sean, he should shave it.
The beard.
Everybody with the shave.
Obviously, he's
Beard
just talking
and
about
head.
the beard.
Beard
He's
and
just
head.
talking about the beard.
All right, so the Orioles go to Boston. It's the first time that we've played the Red Sox since the Spikes Up slide incident, which wasn't an incident, but that became an incident for some reason.
Right.
They threw at Manny 4 games in a row. 4 games in a row.
Five different attempts to throw at Manny.
Yeah. All of them missed. Didn't hit
Yeah.
him. But then, was it Gossman loses control of a curveball on a cold night, plunks a guy with a 75-mile-an-hour curveball that didn't curve in the hip, and he gets booted.
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is this?
It's fucking complete bullshit. Like, listen, I'm not one of these people who thinks that there's like a massive. This is gonna show up on the video. I'm not one of those people who thinks that the MLB is how to get the Orioles or anything like this.
Yeah.
But that's complete fucking bullshit. How do you fucking throw Gausman out? It's clear, like you gave the pregame instruction that you're allowed to, as a pitcher, to blow into your hand.
Yeah.
Which is the
An acknowledgement that it's cold out.
acknowledgement that it's cold out.
it's cold.
And that you need to have something to be able to grip the ball better.
Right.
And Gausman loses control of a pitch with a runner on first in the bottom of the second.
Not a time when you throw at a guy, not a guy that you
Listen,
throw at.
if it's 2 outs, it's the bottom of the 8th, and you hit a guy, then yes, throw him out of the game. I
Sure.
get it.
Why not?
But like
Because he's already in the position to know he's going
zero,
out. So.
0-0 game, bottom of the second. Why the fuck would Gausman throw at him?
No, and why would he throw at him? Why would he throw in that situation?
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to throw.
I don't get it. Fuck the MLB.
Yo,
That's
well,
all I'm
no,
gonna
because
say.
the Red Sox. are
Yo,
a bunch
fuck
of,
yo.
the Red Sox are a bunch of pussies, and they want to fight, and it's fine. The next time that they play the Red Sox, you'll be at home, right? Corey will actually be in the yard.
Hold on, 8:45
He's
we
too
have-
drunk to read the comments.
We have dinner reservations at 8:45.
Rob's
in
gonna take a
some
nap.
place.
Rob's taking a nap. But the next time that the Orioles play the Red Sox, Corey will be in the yard,
Yeah.
and I
I
suspect.
might be home, guys. Yo, June 1st or June 5th. Anybody back home, come find me.
I suspect that you'll be sporting your Drink Bow, Scream O, Play Ball,
I will indeed.
where you can get it at O The Anthem. So make sure you check out otheanthem.com to get your merchandise. There's no better place. In fact, there's no other place to get your O The Anthem merchandise other than otheanthem.com/OTA store. Or just click on the merch tab there and get your OTA merch. Go to the yard wearing your O The Anthem merchandise. Support this podcast. Support your favorite podcast. It's fantastic. I see that somebody said that there is a penalty, and I don't know
Who?
what the penalty is for. Why? Who and why? Who and why?
Rob.
Who and why?
Rob.
Who and why? Who and why?
Rob.
Who and
I
why?
keep seeing Rob.
I see the comments. Who and why? Who and why? Who and why?
Rob won. I see another comment with a magic word.
I don't know why. All right,
Oh,
I'm willing to
up.
do it just because I'm already going to go pass out.
Up.
What did I say, though?
I don't know.
Oh, because I've read the T-shirt. What does the T-shirt say on it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love our viewers.
I
That
really
is so
wish-
great. I never would have thought of that.
I know. I really wish that our viewers would buy a fucking T-shirt instead of calling me out on the fucking T-shirts. Buy a fucking T-shirt, assholes. How about that? How about buy a T-shirt? It's $20. OTheAnthem.com.
Don't listen to Rob.
Buy a T-shirt.
Don't listen to Rob. He's just sour because he's drunk.
I'm sour and I'm drunk and buy a fucking T-shirt. And
Hold on.
We both have to drink one. That's gonna be our. Oh God.
That's
damn it.
4 for you.
All right, I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. This train wreck is over. We're going home.
Brandon. Oh.
This train wreck is over.
Hold
I'm
on.
calling it.
Hold on.
Let's just do one. Let me finish this. Hang on. This is the one I owe. Pour it close up.
We're going to finish on this.
Yes, this is us. Jump.
All right.
Hang on. Thank you guys for joining us. Hey, shut the fuck up. Thank you for joining.
Oh my God! I wish I had that camera on Rachel's face.
Oh, that was the best. Oh my God.
1 second.
Hang on.
We're
I've
almost
had a
at-
lot of. We
There's-
just drank an entire bottle of tequila. I don't know if people can see. This is where it started. This is where it ended. I'm screaming
This
into
is
the mic. I'm sorry.
this is where it ends.
This is where it ends. We're ending it.
This is where it ends.
We're ending it right now.
Because
Mom.
because the
God,
only,
I'm on the internet. I'm live on the internet, Mom. I'm
because
live on the internet.
because the only thing left at this point is OTheAnthem.com, Corey at OTheAnthem.com, OTheAnthem on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the listener line 443-219-7595.
What's that number again?
443-219-7595.
And you can find me on all your social networks at Robert N. Cheek, including Musical.ly and Facebook and Snapchat and everywhere. At Robert N. Cheek. If you are on a social network, at Robert N. Cheek is where you're going to find me. So make sure you add me there. And you, while you're at Robert N. Cheek, make sure you check out my political blog, foundingthefuture.us, where you'll find other communist and socialist bullshit like you've heard here tonight. And the news website, and of course the books, which are available on Amazon.
Buy Rob's books.
Thank you, sir.
I like how Colin calls it out too. Or Brandon. I'm sorry, Brandon.
I don't know. Wait. I don't know. I don't know who's rocking the Anthem Alliance account at this point. We didn't finish the bottle of Flash. There's a little bit left, but it's not enough for it to actually show.
There is.
Yeah. I like how Jim shows up at the end. Jim, welcome to the podcast. Yes, things have gone horribly awry.
Thanks.
Things have gone awry.
Dude, if you haven't listened so far, just tune in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So, as a reminder, this will be available as a podcast. Go to your podcatcher of choice, whether that's Spotify, not Spotify, whether it's Dogcatcher, Stitcher,
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcast. If you're there, give us a 5-star rating and a review. Helps us climb the charts. Helps other people find the podcast. But this will be available on Tuesday as every other episode. Make sure that you're following @OTheAnthem on all your social networks because we will tweet out when we'll send out messages saying, hey, we're about to go live. Every single episode from here on out will be live, so you can join us live for the show right here at the brand new #OTALA studios in beautiful downtown Los Angeles, California. But
Somehow
for now,
I have to find the manner and way to go out and have dinner.
we are going to fucking
live.
figure this shit out. And every day I'm reminded why I'm single, thanks to you and everybody who's in the apartment. But,
Hey, on the way out,
yeah,
clink,
Clink,
clink.
I feel like you owe the...
Oh, God.
Corey, you need a towel.
Oh,
Sweating.
I need a towel?
He's sweating so bad.
Oh.
It's not showing up on the camera, but he's sweating really bad. Just so you guys know, he's sweating a lot. But
Ugh.
you owe our fans something. What do you owe them?
OTheAnthem.com?
No. After that,
Oh, I think we've done good here today.
we've done something. I don't know if it's good. But as always, you've been listening to the O The Anthem podcast, part of the O The Anthem digital network. For Corey, this is Rob. Have a great week, everybody.
Oh man, I'm gonna fall down so hard.
Happy Cinco de Drinko!
Seconds after this podcast is over,
You
I
get
will
to-
collapse.
You're gonna live the life of Rachel. Like, let's get drunk and fall down. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the inaugural Oh the Anthem live stream. Thank you. We'll see you on Tuesday. Make sure you check out the podcast everywhere. And we'll see
Thank
you
you
next week.
so much.